universe. We have after Ahsoka, the big plan is that Skeleton Crew will be the next show to come out.
Am I hyping myself for the show too much? Like when I was like, man, if this is like Super 8 or like freaking Stranger Things, it's gonna be sick. Like, what if it's just not that at all?
Oh, I don't know. I feel like that's the direction they're going. I will say,
I
like,
hope so.
the thing is like everything that's written down on paper about this show, it's like I don't understand how it could be bad. I was reading that the people who are working on it are the same people who worked on Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man No Way Home. So it's like those two people are working on this series to create it. Everything's already been filmed for the most part, but the big news was that according to sources close to the show has been delayed until like November of 2024. So it was supposed to launch November of this year, but it's been pushed back an entire year, with a lot of that being assumed that it's probably due to the writer strikes going on.
So it was already filmed, you said?
Yeah, they started filming in what was the date that they put here? June of 2000 or summer of 2022, and it wrapped in January or February of this year. So it's filmed.
Okay.
So I assume they're editing it, but I don't know. I guess if you have reshoots or if you have to rewrite some stuff, you can't do that right now with the strikes. But
I mean, if it's kids, that's the only bad thing. It's the only bad thing about kids. Like this whole Stranger Things, it's taken them years, and there was an issue with the writer's strike a couple years back where there was like a 2-3 year gap between Stranger Things, and then all of a sudden you have these kids that are supposed to be a year older, but they're like 18, 19, and you're like, they're supposed to be playing 13-year-olds, and they just don't look it. And so that's the only downside when you start, dealing with kids. I mean, like, I think Harry Potter did it right, where they pretty much had it out every single year.
Yeah,
pretty much.
They pretty much were filming nonstop for that.
So we'll see. Obviously, if they filmed it already, but if they plan to do a second season or more, kids might look different. So we'll see.
I just think it's interesting that there's so much mystery around this show that, like, because it is a new story, because it's characters that we're not really familiar with, we know when it takes place, but we don't know like what's going on. It just interests me because, like, could this be one of the first Star Wars movies that we get or Star Wars series we get that doesn't have any Jedis in it? Or is Jude Law going to be a Jedi? Like, it's just, I don't know.
We'll see.
The other thing they talked about is with the writer strikes, they were saying that season 2 of Andor probably just got pushed back to 2025, and that Acolyte, which was the other show or movie they were working on, is pretty much like delayed inevitably because Andor was filming season 2 when the strikes happened, and then Acolyte hasn't even started anything from that point.
We'll see how that impacts the show, I guess, when the second season comes out with that. I still haven't seen the first one, but
it's a good show. We'll definitely have to watch that. We have a lot of Star Wars we have to get caught up on, but
stop making Star Wars content so we can catch up.